Bulamihe Tavwa, we love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bulaminaka, I'm Linda Form, a student Suva. I love listening to Today FM because they play latest music and they rock.
Hi, my name is Osnate. I'm from Ba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm a curator from Nandi. We love listening to Today FM. Here in Nandi, it rocks.
Hi, I'm Shania. I'm from Lotoka and I love Today FM and it rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
In the news tonight, life-threatening measures used to smuggle contrabands. Fire destroys PA Lal building. And Bainimarama unhappy with SODELPA members.
From the studios of FBC Suva, Jackie Spate.
Prisoners have been caught going to extreme lengths and even using life-threatening measures to smuggle contrabands into corrections facilities. The rising number of such incidents is now becoming a concern for the Fiji Corrections Service, which they say is a serious security breach. Kelly Vavala reports some family members and friends have also been caught using public transport in an attempt to throw contrabands over prison walls.
During a tour around some of the correction service facilities, the media were made aware of the daily battle of eliminating contraband.
They dig out holes, in the walls. They hide it under the toilet pens. It's amazing how they go about to hiding this stuff. One of our threats now is Colgate. They dig out the walls, they dig out and they hide the contraband and then they plaster it with toothpaste.
The Commissioner of Corrections also revealed that in the past 2 years, 2 prisoners are believed to have died due to the life-threatening technique used to smuggle mobiles.
Since coming into office in 2016, unfortunately we've had 2. We believe they have the cause of death was cancer. From the medical report that had been submitted to us as to the cause of death, it was linked. Suspected linkage to the leaking of battery.
The commander says attempts to educate prisoners on the consequences of their actions are falling on deaf ears.
What the problem that we face here is the seasoned one, the seasoned criminal. They use their carriers, the young ones who come in for the first time. They use these guys, they intimidate them, they also threaten them to be what we call them in here is they call them the taxi.
Some prison officers who were caught helping these inmates were taken to court and are now behind bars. The Fiji Corrections will be installing permanent electronic body scanners at its 2 centers this year to assist officers in curbing and nullifying the security breach. Kelly Vathala, FBC News.
The PALL Coachworks building has been raised in a fire this morning. Situated in the Wallu Bay industrial area, firefighters managed to stop the blaze from spreading to nearby buildings. Edwin Nund has more.
The workshop was used to assemble buses for local operators and contained a range of highly flammable materials.
Even though we have some combustible materials with me, you may say that it's a chemical fire, but our boys have gone in with their breathing apparatus and all.
The National Fire Authority deployed 40 firefighters to the scene, including men who were off duty to control the fire.
It's taken firefighters just over an hour, but they seem to have brought the blaze somewhat under control. The key risk factor here was to stop the fire from spreading from the Coachworks garage into the tire center, which is right next to the Coachworks, which you can see currently is still on fire. The team have been fighting tirelessly. They've even entered the burning building in a safe manner, mind you, to ensure that the flames do not spread into adjacent buildings.
By the use of water, they've managed to seal themselves inside the building and be able to do some firefighting which prevents the fire from spreading further.
Managing Director of PA Lal Group of Companies, Richard Lal, was at the scene and could only look on as his business went up in flames. Now begins the work of picking up the pieces and reviving the business while the NFA begins investigations into the fire. Edwin Nund, FBC News.
Sodelpa MP Moses Mbulitavu would be immediately axed if he was a member of Fiji First and uttered racial remarks. This was the sentiments by Prime Minister Vurenge Bainimarama while speaking on Bull FM's program Non the PM, responding to the Vulangi comments by Mbulitavu and Ratunangama Lalambalavu. Apinisa Wangai reports.
The recent Vulangi remarks continues to receive stiff criticism, and for the Prime Minister it was disappointing that Sodelpa is using such words to bring disunity among the people.
Neither my government, my party, or I want to bring topics that lead to disunity, but it is said that this is what is happening. There is continuity in topics to split the citizens, and if I had a party member saying what Mbulitavu said, he would not be spared, and in that very same day, he will be removed, and there are no two ways about that.
The Prime Minister also said that Rotemu Mukepa's comment was only a cover-up, and her, along with other Sodelpa members, should know that no one is a Vulangi, as we are all Fijians under the Constitution. Fiji First General Secretary Ayal Said Keyum says Prime Minister Bainimarama has always maintained his principled position against racism.
Right from day one, right since 2007, our leader has always maintained a principled position. There's not a single instance that we have ever deviated, that he has ever deviated from those principled positions. And I can tell you that anybody would have even attempted to make such a comment would have been dealt with summarily.
The Prime Minister also says that it is indeed sad to see that none from Sodelpa condemned what Mbulitavu posted on his social media page about women. He adds that Rotemu seems confused, as one time she would be using the word Luvendra Namomo, and now she is supportive of the Vulangi comment. Apinisa Wangarandovu, FBC News.
Fiji is expected to secure funding of $16 million for biodiversity, land degradation and climate change. Permanent Secretary for Environment Joshua Wycliffe says the funding will be given by the Global Environment Facility, which will be utilized effectively. Felipe Naikaso has more.
The funding which Fiji is expected to receive from GEF will boost the ministry's effort in taking the lead role in preserving biodiversity.
It's very important that we put a proper project proposal, a collective one, and be able to secure this funding. And it's two things. One thing is to get the funding. The second thing is to ensure that we do the milestones there, because otherwise we'll lose out. They'll take back the money.
The ministry will also be working with key stakeholders in the private sectors to achieve this goal.
One of the key areas is to identify species that are threatened with extinction, and being able to protect those species for Fiji, and then also looking at opportunities where the second one would be the marine species, where there's a lot of species that require to be protected. Shark, for instance.
One of the things that we have found in analyzing the past of the GEF is, in fact, that we have not been meeting deadlines, that we have not been as efficient and effective as we would like to have been.
The meeting will also allow partners, and especially the Global Environment Facility agencies, to review policies and procedures and share their experiences of past projects. Felipe Naikaso, FBC News.
Skydive Fiji was not directed by the Civil Aviation Authority of Fiji to ground its plane. Speaking to FBC News, owner Tim Joyce says they, however, notified CAF that they will be grounding its aircraft for precautionary measures following a fatal crash in Sweden last weekend, which involved a similar aircraft. Gibbs Aero G8 aircraft crashed in northern Sweden this month, which killed 9 people on a skydiving trip. Joyce says since Australia, the makers of the aircraft, have grounded all GA8s, they have also decided to follow in that direction. No time frame has been given for when the aircraft will fly again. Up ahead, more exporters receive financial boost. And Human Rights Defenders Network establish a committee. Details after the break.
Hi, Bula. I'm Selai from Nandi. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, my name is Sotiama here in Ba. We love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Bula, I'm Miri. I'm from Lotoka and I love Gold FM because they play all my classic hits.
Hi, my name is Fiona from Tavua and I love listening to Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Hi, I'm Ini from Rakiraki. I love Gold FM, only the classic hits.
Gold FM, only the classic hits.
5 local exporters today received certificates and grants to boost their operation and visibility amongst potential buyers. Minister for Industry and Trade Pramila Kumar says they will closely monitor the progress made by each company. Chasaina Nunga has more.
The ball is now in the court of these 5 recipients to diversify their respective businesses.
To the recipients, I wish to reiterate that the Ministry will be closely monitoring the performance of your respective companies. This grant is an investment by the Fijian government to grow our exports, and the government evidently expects positive returns from this initiative.
$88,513 has been given to Viva Fiji Pulse Limited, who aim to increase production by 2023.
They're very specific on production, on our production process. We're simply doubling our capacity starting next year. So pearls coming out of our farm in 2023 and 24 will be double the number, so we'll be able to increase significantly our exports starting 2023.
Anuraj Singh of PeopleSource Fiji says the grant will assist in purchasing new machines, boost production and expand overseas markets.
It gives us a 3-in-1 machine which will help us manufacture centrifuge towels, roll towels and jumbo toilet tissues. Vanuatu, PNG, Solomons, and Kiribati, and all the other neighboring Pacific countries.
The initiative is in line with the National Export Strategy to stimulate trade and exports, which over the past 12 years has assisted more than 100 projects with over $14 million. Chasaina Nunga, FBC News.
The Pacific Human Rights Defenders Network today established its committee and appointed a new chair in Suva. Koroi Tandulala reports the discussion to establish a regional human rights network started in 2010.
The newly established Human Rights Defenders Network Committee will look into human rights issues across the Pacific.
Especially for women human rights defenders and for the LGBTIQ community, including people with disability. These are some of the vulnerable and marginalized groups who experienced specific risk in terms of doing the work they do. So it's important now that we have this discussion, and we need to, this is a discussion that's long overdue.
The Office of the High Commissioner for Human Rights is working with the University of the South Pacific to establish a human rights defenders course to educate young individuals on its importance.
We've been working together with the University of the South Pacific to develop the first ever legal course on human rights defenders, which will be offered at the undergrad level at the USB in all its campuses across the Pacific, which is to teach people and to ensure that there is awareness of what is the role of a human rights defender and how can these people be protected.
Pacific Human Rights Defenders Chair Roshika Dao says the network aims to strengthen the protection of human rights, advocate issues pertaining to human rights defenders, and address the issues faced by human rights defenders across the Pacific. Koroi Tandulala, FBC News.
The 2018 Pacific Islands Literacy and Numeracy Report that was administered in 15 countries was released today. The result of the assessment undertaken by Year 4 and Year 6 students will be released by respective education ministries. Lena Rees with the story.
Speaking at the launch, New Zealand High Commissioner to Fiji Jonathan Kerr and Australian High Commissioner John Feeks acknowledged the report as an eye-opener and highlights areas that need improvement.
It is an excellent example of regionalism, demonstrating the benefits of working together and how this can be applied at a national level to improve the quality of education for children.
And for other stakeholders like development partners and ministries of education, PILN helps identify specific gaps upon which we should focus our support.
When approached by FBC News to question Fiji's performance, Permanent Secretary Alison Birchall said she did not have the time to speak on the issue. However, SPC says the data will only be released by the respective ministries.
Information from students, from teachers, from school leaders, head teachers or principals, about things that influence and affect what's going on in the classroom and how students are able to learn.
Over 40,000 students from 925 schools across 15 Pacific Island countries, including Fiji, underwent the Pacific Islands Literacy and Numeracy Assessments. Lena Rees, FBC News.
The state today informed the court that 2 more women have come forward claiming they were allegedly raped by Waisake Tulavu. 46-year-old Tulavu is already facing 4 counts of rape and 1 count of sexual assault charges. The court heard that the 2 females have stated that they will not file an official complaint. Tulavo allegedly raped 3 church members aged 22, 29 and 32 in Nasinu last year. The matter has been adjourned to July 24th for pre-trial conference. And it's that time, it's Koroi with business.
Thanks, Jackie. Coming up, Nakasi City investors must follow rules, says Minister. And in growing Fiji, work on Langere market nears completion. Stay with us.
My name is Neha and I'm from Kadavi, and Mirchi FM it's hot. हम आचल है नसोरी से मिर्ची FM बहुत जुलूम.
Hi, हम शारा प्रकाश बात करता है और तावा में मिर्ची FM सब कंसर्न and मिर्ची FM it's hot.
Hi, my name is Prashant. I live in Suba. I love Mirchi FM because Mirchi FM it's hot.
Hi, I'm Shane. I love listening Mirchi FM because it's awesome and it's hot.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Shavi. We love listening to Mirchi FM in Lambasa.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
Foreign Affairs Minister Inia Seriratu has reiterated that Fiji's laws and regulations are to be strictly followed by all investors. Seriratu commented in light of the proposed Nakasi City project. The minister met with the investors in Seoul, South Korea last week, and he says the investors are aware of what is required of them. The $750 million development stretch over 645 acres of land and will have a high standard of administration, education, cultural center, and leisure facilities. Launched in 2017, the project will take shape at the new Sauniwanga subdivision. Seriratu says the investors will be in Fiji from tomorrow. Traders who sell advertising services have been warned to refrain from using inaccurate or inflated information to mislead consumers. The Fijian Competition and Consumer Commission warns traders found engaging in these practices will be charged for breaching the FCCC Act 2010. They will be fined up to $250,000 and or face 10 years imprisonment. Acting Chief Executive Senikavika Chiuta says it is unfortunate that some unscrupulous traders are taking advantage of the lack of expertise in the marketing industry to sell their services at an inflated price. Chiuta has stressed the Commission monitors all forms of consumer activities, including traders who use technology to sell goods and services. Siniva from HFC Banks joins us now with the latest from the trading market.
Bula. Let's have a quick look at last week's trading on our local stock market. The stock exchange saw a total of 56,640 shares traded in 34 transactions, valued at $181,392 over the week. 5 listed stocks recorded market activity. Fiji Television Limited shares recorded a substantial growth of 60 cents and concluded the week at $4.40. Kontiki Finance Limited shares rose by 1 cent, ending the week at $1.02. The Rice Company of Fiji Limited shares increased by $1 to close at $8. Fijian Holdings Limited shares had an upward movement of 5 cents and closed at $1.90, and BSP Convertible Notes Limited ended the week at $22.50, noting a $1 increase. The week concluded at a market value of $3.66 billion. That's a wrap from our local stock market, Vinaka.
Here are today's exchange rates as set this morning. Starting the week, the Fiji dollar slipped against the Australian dollar, euro and the yen. We rose against all others. Looking at commodities, it was a drop all around. Crude oil fell to just above $56 a barrel. Gold was down to $1,427 per ounce, and silver closed at $16.35 per ounce. In growing Fiji, the Langere market in Nasinu will open soon. Local Government Minister Pramila Kumar says work is nearing completion. Kumar says the new market will provide a safe environment for both consumers and vendors.
Langere market is almost complete. We're just waiting for the car park area to be done before we do the opening of that market.
That's it from Business Tonight. Sports is up next with Jamie.
Thanks, Korea, and good evening in Sports Tonight. McKee expected to test more combinations ahead of the World Cup. and difficult journey up ahead for under-12 baseballers. This and more coming up.
Mula here in Tavwa, we love Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula Minaka, I'm Linda Form, I studied Suva. I love listening to Today FM because they play latest music and they rock.
Hi, my name is Osnate. I'm from Ba. I love listening to Today FM. Today FM rocks.
Bula, I'm Makereta from Nandi. We love listening to Today FM. Here in Nandi, it rocks.
Hi, I'm Shania. I'm from Lotoka and I love Today FM and it rocks.
Today's hit music on Today FM.
With the Pacific Test Series against the Maori All Blacks done and dusted, the focus now turns to the Pacific Nations Cup for the Flying Fijians. Coach John McKee expected to test more combinations during the tournament that begins this Saturday in the hope of finding the perfect formula for the Rugby World Cup in Tokyo.
You know, we look at everything they do every day, but you know, the game form will count for a lot. You know, we've got a couple of weeks away from home now.
The Flying Fijians take on Japan in their first pool match of the Pacific Nations Cup at 5 p.m. this Saturday. There are no major changes to the Lambasa football side competing at the Battle of the Giants tournament from Friday. Chasing a title that's evaded them for 25 years, the Mbambasing Alliance believe they have enough firepower in the squad to get the job done. Eleanor Turangivu reports.
The unavailability of a proper training ground has not affected the morale of the Lambasa soccer team as they up their level of training in their attempt to win the Battle of the Giants tournament this year.
Our aim is to win BioG. It's a long time for Lambasa, has never won the BioG. So we try our best as a place. We try our best to lift this title for next week.
And with very little time to prepare, Lambasa coach Ronil Lal says they are making all the necessary preparations to ensure the boys are ready. Lal is retaining the core team from last season.
We did not get anybody in this transfer window, and I think so the squad we have is a very good one, which can produce results, and we're working hard on that.
The team is calling on fans to show their support come Friday.
I'd just like to urge the fans to come out and support us. The players and officials are working very hard. We're trying to get back where we were, and we need their support, their prayers and their wishes.
Lambasa will play Suva in its first match of the Battle of the Giants tournament at Ratudakambau Park in Losori on Friday at 6 p.m. Eleanor Turangaivu, FBC Sports.
Fiji women's football team coach Mariko Rondu will be assisting the Nasinu team in preparation for the Inc. Mobile Battle of the Giants tournament. The side is also assisted by former Nasinu and national goalkeeper Tangi Vonolangi. Team President O'Neill Chand says the inclusion of Micheli Namuka, Josiah Ratu and William Esivo is expected to boost the team's chances at the tournament. Nasinu will take on Lautoka in the first pool match of the BOG this Friday at 1:30 p.m. The remaining Team Fiji athletes that competed at the Pacific Games in Samoa returned home yesterday. Some ready to take on the next challenge after falling short. Others happy they achieved what they expected, while some were just eager to take that long-needed break. Faria Begum has more.
Fiji men's football coach Christophe Gamel says he is excited with the result the boys have brought. However, he also has some disappointments.
We have brought a medal for women and for men, so it's a big achievement. We missed for a few the first and second place, the gold medal. But the thought is very positive. It means we are working hard for soccer in Fiji.
The former St. Joseph's lass Helena Young says she knew very well what competition would be like in Samoa.
Well, leading up towards the games, we all always knew PNG would be our greatest rival, and well, we all know we knew Toya would be in the 4x1 team, so all we had to do was prepare well.
Pacific Sprint King Banuve Tambakaudoro says he now wants to be away from the tracks for a bit.
Yeah, I've finally completed the triple-double, and first person in Fiji to do it, so I'm pretty happy with that. And right now, just gonna enjoy the moment. I relax with the wife and the kids back at home, back here, and just take time out.
Win or lose, these athletes have done Fiji proud. The next Pacific Games will be held in Solomon Islands in 2023. Faria Begum, FBC Sports.
Enduring setback, struggle and isolation all paid off for Mustafa Fall at this year's Pacific Games. Fall, who bagged the gold medal in the men's shot put competition at the meet, breaking his own national record of 17.52 meters with a throw of 17.75, says it was in no way easy to achieve, but well worth it.
It was hard. I went through a lot of hardships building up to these games. I struggled with emotions, frustration, because it was hard, carrying out this task without a coach. And, when it comes to throws, it's all about technique. And when you don't have the extra eyes, nothing works, So I had to play a role of coach and athlete.
Baseball Fiji believes its development programs have paid off tremendously over the last 6 years. However, while more people are participating and are aware of the sport, they are finding it hard to get sufficient corporate support. This as they prepared to send a Fiji Under-12 team to the World Baseball and Softball World Cup. Faria Begum has more.
The Under-12 baseball team got a wildcard entry to the Under-12 Baseball World Cup in Taiwan, but it now needs to look for finance.
Even for this trip, we tried to get some corporate companies on board, but it's really difficult. And facility, in terms of facility, we've been moving from place to place every weekend, so it's really hard for players just to come to one location every Saturday. When we move place to place, we also lose players showing interest to come and join.
On the other hand, the journey across the world will be a bit difficult for 12-year-old Chonelendua, who says he will miss his parents.
I feel nervous because every time I play, they will be cheering me. So now they won't be there with me. I will be feeling a bit nervous.
The Fiji Under-12 baseball team will take on South Africa in its first pool match this Friday. Faria Begum, FBC Sports.
On to netball, and the Silver Ferns have won the World Cup. With just 1 point in it, New Zealand snatched the game from Australia, taking the title for the first time since 2003. And it has to be New Zealand's win at the Netball World Cup in our play of the day. Written up by many, the Ferns were never given much chance of winning the competition, but proved they had what it took to rule the netball world. That's it from sports tonight. Later on in new media, Instagram gets rid of likes on social media app. Find out after the break.
My name is Neha and I'm from Karavi. And Mirchi FM, it's hot. हम आचल नसोरी से मिर्ची FM बहुत जुलूम.
Hi, हम शारा प्रकाश बात करता है और तावा में मिर्ची FM सब कंसर्न and मिर्ची FM it's hot. Hi, my name is Prashant. I live in Suba. I love Mirchi FM because Mirchi FM it's hot.
Hi, I'm Shane. I love listening Mirchi FM because it's awesome and it's hot.
Hi, I'm Rachel.
And I'm Shavi. We love listening to Mirchi FM in Lambasa.
Mirchi FM, it's hot.
In new media, Instagram is now hiding photo like counts in 7 countries, but it's just a test for now. And it's weather time now with Angie.
Hello there and welcome to the Weather World. Hope the weekend was as fabulous as you. Yes, I know the weather wasn't fascinating, but it made up to us today. We had sunny spells throughout the country. Now in the west, it was perfect weather to be by the beach. I understand our urgency for the beach, especially on a weekday. Eastwards from Pack Harbour to Suva, sunny periods were constant. Light showers can be a bit of an issue. And up north, more brighter spells here. The north has so much to offer. At sea, southeast winds 15 to 20 knots, moderate to rough seas. For the tides, high tide at 10:44 p.m. with low tide at 4:44 a.m. Sunrise at 6:36. For tomorrow, after a chilly morning, it will be nice and warm, just how you like it. Tomorrow's temps cool to moderate degrees. And looking further on to Wednesday, occasional showers with finer spells. And that's all from the FBC Weather World. Jackie.
Thanks so much for that, Angie. In Fijian Pulse tonight, we asked, what do you think of Team Fiji's performance at the Pacific Games?
They did great, but they need to improve their performance in the next Pacific Games.
They did great, especially in the track events.
His performance very good from 2011.
It was good, and the expectation was better, but they did really good.
I'm very disappointed about the football team. I expect them to win gold, but they win bronze.
In the world of the weird and maybe not so wonderful food fight, 5 guys were arrested for fighting at Five Guys restaurant. Recapping the main stories for tonight, life-threatening measures used to smuggle contrabands. Fire destroys PA Lal building. And Bainimarama unhappy with Sudelpa members. For these stories and others, tune in daily to our sister radio station Gold FM. Our poll question last week we had asked, has John McKee found the best players in combination for the World Cup? 56% said yes. This week we're asking, should further prison terms be implemented for inmates found with contrabands? Visit our FBC website to answer. And our shot of the day, captured at the beachside from the Pullman Nandi Bay Resort and Spa, Wailoloa Beach, sent in by Spencer Nigel Robinson. Remember, you can send us newsworthy pictures and videos on email fbcnews@fbc.com.fj. Share it with us via Facebook page, FBC News. Follow and tweet us your news tips at FBC_news or hashtag FBC News. That was your FBC News for tonight. From the team and I, stay safe. Good night.
Natango merea maramani waya manatu sawa aweti kitutunde nandi ya ndo marata kana baronga na radio fijuan
yawa asna vatili yawa maga monika tondo baronga vale bona doma ibiti lambasa
bula natango aprosa ngarse ngor kraki do televe no baronga na radio fijuan na doma ibiti bana natango tsani bukia ngoni na mosi ando talita kana baronga na radio fijuan na doma ibiti su
Radio Fijiwan, Nandomo Ibiti.